What is WebOasis? WebOasis is a curator and aggregator for all the best content on the web. It has all the best search engines built in, all the best download and streaming sites, and much more. Let's go over the basics of the site and how everything works. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the chat room icon that will allow you to connect to the WebOasis community. The search bar in the middle of the page features 11 different search engines. Google is the default, however, you can switch between the search engines by either clicking on them or typing in the 2-character code. You can drop down to the drop-down menus here, and the first drop-down menu features many prominent download sites. First are some torrent sites, followed by some direct download sites and game sites. The second drop-down list here features many different streaming sites. In this third column, we have many different communities, message boards, hacker forums, and wares forums. In the fourth column here, we have the Reddit category. This has all different interesting subreddits. In the fifth column, it's everything to do with not only web hosting, but web development, graphic design, website creation, anything like that is going to be in this column. The sixth drop-down menu, I guess, is kind of the reading column. The first 2/3 or so of the list is news sites and different blogs, security and tech blogs. Then it goes to things like Sci-Hub and LibGen, which is getting different scholarly articles for free and ebooks for free. And then you get down here to free tutorials and this Galaxy site, and those are all about different tutorials, getting those for free, video tutorials, learning how to do things like programming. The seventh drop-down menu here features all different upload sites. The first 8 or so websites there are all different free image hosting websites. Streamable is a short video clip hosting website. Doctroid hosts PDFs, Insta Audio, MP3 files. Then you have all your different file lockers and cloud storage websites. The last column here is kind of the miscellaneous column. Handy websites like Amazon, PayPal, Windy, which is a really cool weather website. Then popular email providers, Gmail, ProtonMail, bunch of different handy websites here, Paste websites for PDF editing, sites that you can upload executable files to see if there's a virus in it. Lots of different interesting links here. Then you get down to some of the hacker links and database dumps and things like that. Now, before we leave the drop-down menus here and move to the left side of the page, I do want to point out that you can move these links around by clicking and holding where this 4 dots are to the left side of the link, and you can actually drag and drop the links in a different order. And then also, if you do not like a link or you want to make some room for some more of your own custom links, you can click the X next to one, and it will say, do you really want to delete this? And you can click yes, and that link is now then gone, and you can add one of your own then instead. First thing on the left side you'll notice is this little pencil or pen icon. If you click on that, it opens a little window here, and you can type whatever you want in there. It's just like your little to-do list, notepad, whatever you want to consider it. You can type whatever you want in there, and once again you can let it close, and it will auto-save via cookies. Now, here in the left-hand menu, if you just hover over those 3 lines, it'll just automatically pop open. Now, if you click on the first link, it'll open the news, and it probably pulls from about 50 to 100 different websites. Basically, it scrapes their RSS feeds and their website. The second item here is the tech news feed. Essentially the same thing as the news feed, just with only tech-related news. The radio page is just a lightweight JavaScript audio player. It connects to many different online radio stations and mostly features music there all throughout, with some comedy, podcast, news, and even tech-related stations there at the bottom. Next, there is the crypto page, which just displays all the cryptocurrency prices, market cap, current price, volume, supply. The password page is a password generator. You can specify the password length, defaults to 15. Obviously, the more the better, and works pretty well. The next page, the editor page, is an image editor. If you don't have Photoshop on your computer and you want something a little bit better than Microsoft Paint, and you don't want to install anything, this is perfect. WebOasis even has a stock market page. It takes a second or two to open because it's actually loading 2,000 or 3,000 different stocks at once. Basically all the ones on the NASDAQ. They also have different historical performance and fundamental data tabs, technical analysis, just a bunch of different ways to look at the stocks. Pretty powerful software that's also free and requires no login. There's an arcade where there's currently 7 games. There's a tube site where WebOasis has pre-selected numerous different videos relating to science and technology, programming tutorials, history, nature, all just different kinds of interesting learning documentaries. Once again, highly recommended. Now I want to point out some of the different features in the left-hand panel here. If you click on the Add New Links button, you type in the title of a website, the URL, and then what column you want it to show up in. You just click Save, and it should appear at the bottom. And once again, you can click and hold those like 4 little dots next to or to the left of where it appears there, and you can drag it up further up in the list and have it appear wherever you'd like. A lot of people do not like the new Reddit design, so they had, I guess, a lot of requests to link directly to the old Reddit design. So if you click the Use Old Reddit, now all the links will go to old Reddit. You can see that at the very bottom there, it's going to old.reddit.com. You can actually export your customized settings to a file, so that way you can save it, and then you can re-import that file back in to gain back all your bookmarks and all your customized settings. So that's a kind of a way to take your WebOasis bookmarks with you, or you could back it up to your email or the cloud or something like that. What's really cool is recently they've added where you can change the color of the matrix to anything you want, really. They've also added recently 4 new background animations. Some of them can use a little bit more system resources than others, so you may want to monitor that in Task Manager and be aware of that. This one is probably my favorite next to the Matrix animation, the original. I'll probably always love that one the most just because it was the first, but this one's a close second. I really do like this one. There are some static backgrounds if you don't like your background moving and animated on you and using resources. If you'd like that all to be disabled, you can choose from a pre-selected background. There's 6 of them here to choose from. I think they're all pretty nice looking. But if you would like to pick one of your own, you can click Custom Background and upload a file from your computer. They've listed their email here if you see any bugs or want any new features or anything like that. feel free to contact them. They're very warm and receptive people. Thank you, and that's been the tutorial on how to use WebOasis.